Hi everyone, my name is Genesius and I'm making a game. It's a 2D story game with a space theme, and since I really like this project, I decided to make devlog videos about it. This is the first one from this devlog series, so I hope you'll enjoy it. Let's get started. On January 3rd, 2021, I started learning how to make a game. But my learning speed was, well, quite slow. I've started a bunch of projects but never actually have finished one. But then, in June, I started working on an interesting project. It was called Space Miner, and the plot was about a guy trying to earn enough money to buy a spaceship and fly away from a space station. And although I never finished this project, it gave me an idea. What if I made a project with the same theme but as a story game? And what if I started making devlog videos about working on it? Oh boy, that would be so cool. So in August I created the project. Well, not exactly. I wanted to prepare some graphics and animations, so I'd have everything I needed before starting the development itself, and saved a lot of time. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. It's not the best way to prepare something without seeing how it fits the final product, you know. Eventually I had to leave this method and start making the project probably more like a normal game dev. I also downloaded the Unity manual so I could do some work offline, and it was surprising for me that the file had only something about 500 megabytes, because the manual is quite comprehensive. And finally I created the project in Unity and started planning. At first I wanted the game to be in up-down style, like for example Among Us. So I planned a map for the first level and built its shape in Unity. After that I added a character model made in Krita and wrote a simple script for the player to move left and right and for the camera to follow him. And after solving a few errors, it finally worked. Then I realized that making this game up-down isn't the best way to do it, so I remade it into the 2D platformer-like style. This wasn't that hard, I just had to find out how the colliders work, which I didn't know for a quite long time. But then I realized a big problem. My recording was bad. All the things I recorded were low quality, and what's worse, playing the actual game made an extreme FPS drop. Maybe it is because I use 6 years old laptop. Maybe I just couldn't solve a simple settings problem in OBS. Anyway, it has to be changed. So I tried a few recorders, but then I realized I could just use the Xbox bar installed in Windows itself. The quality is much better now, and it doesn't lag, but it records only one window at a time, so I hope I will soon find a better solution. Now when it's fixed, I made some walls, windows and furniture for the bedroom and the hall, so there is something the player can run in. And then I became kinda confused in the code I wrote. Maybe it was because I did not sort it well and I used commands to disable not functional code instead of explaining the code itself. So that means it's time for scripting update! Yay, so early in the development. I made the code more systematic. All the functions are called by one script from other scripts, and the object they influence is written as a parameter. So I could make one function for moving, and when the player should control another character, I could just change this parameter. I also put all player parts into one picture. Then I added some animations and finally found out how to call them and also how to rotate the player if he moves in another direction. As I said, my learning was pretty slow. I also added the ability to jump and to use gravity issues, which changed the gravity of the player so he could use this to solve some problems in the game. At first I had some problems with changing gravity and with the is grounded boolean, but I solved that using some YouTube tutorials. And this is it. This is my game so far. It is pretty basic right now, but I hope once it will be much better and much more entertaining. Thanks for watching, I really hope you enjoyed this video.